Only powerless in the situation if we allow ourselves to be powerless. We can't keep appealing to the same oppressors because they are the ones who are facilitating the situation. The people in power are completely a part of making this genocide happen. But that's why when you take direct action, you're taking the power back into the people's hands. Rather than beg and plead with the powers that be to create the changes that we want to see, we go straight to the source, blockade their factories, climb onto their roofs, and sometimes break inside to stop them from being able to operate in this country. And we've kicked them out of Oldham, we kicked them out of Tamworth, and we're going to kick them out of Bristol.
I do feel powerless, but the least I can do is to show up for the Palestinian people, show everyone where I stand, and in 30 years' time I can tell my children that I stood for peace and for justice. In terms of, I do believe in the boycott, divestment and sanction movement. I think that's really important. And I also am heartened by the long game. It was quoted today. Apartheid came down after many years. The slave trade was abolished after hundreds of years. And Palestine will be free. And it might not be tomorrow. It might not be at the general election. But eventually we will see a free Palestine.
I don't think that we are powerless. I think that they are criminal. They are deeply criminal. The US and the UK are complicit in every aspect of this ongoing genocide. If we only look at the UK's role, for over a decade now, they have been doing everything in their power to aid and abet in crimes against humanity. Namely, I mean, we're not only talking about the belligerent occupation and pillage and so on, but especially apartheid, which is classified as a crime against humanity under the Rome Statute, and now genocide.
Both Labour and Conservatives and the main parties have completely betrayed the Palestinian people. They are, Keir Starmer claims to be a proud Zionist. It's the same for the Tories. But voting for Labour is not going to help the Palestinians. A vote for Labour is a vote for genocide. And I say that in the strongest terms possible. That a Labour government under Keir Starmer is going to be, I believe, even worse than this current government for the Palestinians. So if you don't want genocide to continue, don't vote for Labour.
There are many MPs that are against the genocidal Israeli government, but the first thing we need to do is to hold the MPs that are members of Labour Friends for Israel and Conservative Friends for Israel, and we need to hold them to account at this general election and ask them why they are prepared to put Israel's interests before our own people.
People think that if they cast a vote every 4 or 5 years, then they did their share. Far from it. That is okay, that's nice, but the question is, what do you do within these 4 or 5 years? You can challenge at every step on the way. You can go to your city council and demand that they kick out the criminal arms factories, Israeli arms factories who are producing the means of murder right now that are being shipped to Israel. You can demand that they kick them out of here, that you don't want that factory in your backyard. You can demand that the UK stop selling arms to Israel because they are unlawfully selling arms to Israel. They are unlawfully protecting Israel in different ways. We can do it. It is a global issue. It is a live-streamed genocide. No one can claim that they did not know about it. And anyone who is aiding and abetting is, by definition, criminal and should be booted out of office.